Good morning and welcome everybody to this Anzac Day ceremony, 25th of April 2022. We, the Umbrella people, have been gathering at Government House since the 3rd of December due to the freedoms that are being removed that the Anzacs fought and died to earn for our country. We, the Umbrella people, in good conscience, could not abide Anzac Day being retained at 500 people at Kings Park. So we've decided to stand before the highest office in Western Australia, the Governor of Western Australia. Our thoughts today turn to the soldiers, sailors and aviators who lost their lives, those who endured incredible suffering and those who continue to serve today. It's very important, particularly as the Umbrella people at Government House continue to reflect on the meaning of Anzac Day and how we can continue to embody the Anzac spirit. This gives thanks to the men and women who have sacrificed and fought to defend the freedoms that this country once enjoyed. Still does to a degree, but it's being removed rapidly. When we refer to the Anzac spirit, it is those characteristics and values that the Aussie and Kiwi forces demonstrated so gallantly at Gallipoli in 1915 and in the numerous conflicts thereafter. These qualities are widely understood to include endurance, tenacity, courage, determination, resilience, good humour, and of course, mateship.
Good morning everyone, and welcome for coming this morning to share our remembrance. Today marks the day 107 years ago that my grandfather landed with many others on the shores of Gallipoli. He survived Gallipoli and the Western Front and was discharged in 1919. I'm lucky he survived, so I'm here today to be able to share my thoughts with you all. We speak of the Anzacs and the reasons they fought. They fought because old men in power, the likes of our current representatives, ordered them to go and fight and die for their country, and most willingly took up the cause. My grandfather was 27 years old when he enlisted. His service number was 844. He was a surveyor by profession, described as a ruddy gentleman in his enlistment records. He didn't have to go, but men like him were real men. Ordinary but brave men from all walks of life who found themselves the pawns of government playing out the never-ending game of war. What we really honour on Anzac Day is what was born in the trenches of Gallipoli, where young Australians and New Zealanders, a mixture of settlers, Indigenous Australians and Maori, formed a mateship that many of us today could not begin to comprehend, the spirit of Anzac. The spirit of Anzac is not something that can be seen, but it's a powerful driving sensation that can only be felt. It's a feeling that burns in the heart of every Australian and New Zealander. A warm, tender, fiery, even melancholy ideal that nurtures intense patriotism in the innermost soul. The spirit of Anzac was born on the battlefield, but it's not confined to the battlefield. When I grew up, it lived in our schools, on the sports fields, all over our great countries of Australia and New Zealand. We sang our national anthem in the morning whilst the flag was raised on the flagpole that overlooked the playgrounds. We were a proud nation and what we thought it stood for. Today, we all should be standing safe with the privilege of freedom of speech, freedom of movement, freedom of worship, freedom to live and think as you will. And all these things, liberty, security, opportunity, the privileges of citizenship, we owe to those men and women who fought, endured, suffered and died for their countries. Their deeds and their sacrifice gave us the spirit of Anzac. Today, governments seem to be doing all they can to take this away. They're trying to dilute national pride, incite segregation and divide us amongst family and friends and loved ones, deliberately undermining our democratic societies. This is the third year now that the sanctity of Anzac Day has been diluted under the pretence of our safety, and yet tens of thousands can meet for sporting events. Anzac Day does not belong to the government. It is a day for the servicemen and women It's a People's Day for remembrance. A family that may have lost a son or a daughter in the war. A grandchild, a great-grandchild that wants to remember or make meaning of their connection to an almost forgotten battle. Or just that inner calling that makes you want to go and pay your respects for the courageous deeds of the past. We will not forget them, and we must not let them be forgotten, lest we forget.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them,
Lest we forget.
lest we forget.
In the Umbrella People at Government House's inaugural Anzac Day service commemoration of 2022. As I stated earlier, we could not abide this being limited to people's driveways. It's too important a day for the Australian people and our Kiwi cousins as well.
A final reflection. Peace is not the product of terror or fear. Peace is not the silence of ceremonies. Peace is not the silent result of violent repression. Peace is the generous, tranquil contribution of all to the good of all. Peace is dynamism. Peace is generosity. It is right and it is duty. A final reflection full of love, compassion, confidence and hope. Go forward with light, love, peace and harmony. Peace be with you. Lee will lay a final wreath. and conclude today's proceedings.
Thank you once again. It's really moved me in here to see this many people turn up. When those that seek to control us tell us not to. That epitomises the Anzac spirit, and I honour you all for making it here today. Give yourselves a round of applause. Morning. Hello, I just got a letter to pop in the letterbox just in the first gate. Is that okay to pop the gate for me?
No, we can't do it unless it goes through the mail system, mate. So,
All right then. Okay, well, we'll send a register mail.
yes, mate, that's not bad. Thank you.
Thank you. So we've just tried to hand deliver this to the Governor. The letterbox is just inside the gate there. And signed by many concerned West Australians. But we're told we have to send it through the mail system, so we'll duly do that. I thought it would have been an auspicious day for the Governor to receive such a document. And sure enough, he'll get it middle of this week in the mail.